Alright, hey, it's Vicky here again, and today's video will be about some stretches that I have and some exercises with bands that I have. Now, this little container, it's 3 bands, heavy, light, and medium, and it was only $5.99 at Ross. So it's like $10. It's not, but you can also use a rubber band, whatever you want. But I think these are awesome and a good investment. At least for me, they were. So these band exercises are very simple. Before I start those, I want to start some warm up, like a warm up before, because that's what I do whenever before I exercise with any exercise. Now, I'm not an expert. I do have a fitness instructor certificate. It's not much because I don't practice it all the time, but I do stretches, as I've spoken before. They've helped me a lot with my fatigue and tension in muscles and things like that, spasms. I no longer experience too many spasms. The only reason I have this is for audio. So it's like my little mic, so that's why I have it. But other than that, you can do these exercises anywhere. You can do them inside, outdoors. Right now it's really pretty here in Texas. So I'm going to take advantage, and I'm just in front of my house. So what I do is I just stretch, and I'll stretch one arm. Excuse any arm hair if you see any. I don't think so, but either way. So I just exercise. I just stretch before I exercise, so that I don't pull anything and then I'm worse off than I was before I was exercising. So just simple exercises, simple stretches. You don't have to do all of these stretches that I'm doing, but either way, I like to I like to stretch before, because sometimes I'm a little tight. My muscles are a little tight, and so I just kind of loosen up there. And after I loosen up, a good maybe 3 to 5 minutes of kind of warming up, and just whatever lubricates your joints, you could do. You can do slight jumping jacks. I'm not going to do them right now because of my audio. I don't want it to be very noisy. But I know there is some noise in the background anyways. There are some birds chirping there, and there's some wind here right now as well. So like I said, jumping jacks, or if you can't do jumping jacks, just moving your arms up and down. Today we're going to more so work out our upper body, our arms, because these stretches you can even do sitting down. If you're like wheelchair bound or any of that, you can do them. So we're going to start. I'm using the medium band. So all you do is you raise it up, and I'm going to squat there so you can see. But you can do 10 of these, 5 of these, whatever you want to start with, and just do these as many times as you can, or as many times as you want. I would start with 5 and 5 repetitions at a time. So that's one exercise. Another one is you just simply hold your hand here in front of your face or in front of your chest, and the other hand you push it. So you're pushing, and that's, you could do, again, we're going to start with 5 repetitions and then 5 times. And then you switch. Always, if you're doing one arm at a time, always switch in and out. So as long as you do 5, you're good. I probably did more. And then you can go back to this stance, and then another 5. You can even start with just two different exercises at a time. And once you're done with those 5, go again. Do it again. And hold it first on one hand in front of the other. Oh, that loud truck just went by. Sorry. And then you switch it again. Anytime you do it with one hand, you do it with another, with the other. So again, I'm trying to have good posture, but also trying to make sure you guys can see me. So then again, so you just keep doing it. And you can do this while you binge watch a show, whatever you want to do. You know, you can do it inside, you can sit down, whatever you want to do. And then just repetition 5 times. 5 times again. And I might do it more or less because I'm not counting, I'm just talking to you. But again, the best thing to do is do something. Something is always better than nothing. As I was talking to my friend earlier, I realized that there was a point in time where I was doing nothing for these muscle spasms or this fatigue or this drained energy that I was feeling, you know? And so for me, it was just like, I was just complaining. I was like, oh my God, I feel so bad. I don't know how to get out of this, you know? And so for me, it was just doing it, just getting up and doing it a little at a time. If you can't do 5, if you know, there was a point in time where I thought I was struggling with 5 and I couldn't do even 5 repetitions, you know? And so whatever you can start with would be good as long as you start. The thing is starting, get going, you know? Always make sure you stretch before, you stretch after. You can even hold it here. If you feel like you need more of a challenge, you can hold it, you know, here. And hold it as long as you can, or as long as you feel your muscles can sustain it. But know that the next day or the following day, you may feel it. Sometimes some people feel it 2 days after. Some people feel it the very next day. So it just depends on what you feel is you're capable of. And sometimes it's just trial and error, you know, trial and error. So just, there's different exercises that you can do with this band as well. Not just that. But right now I just want to start with the basic because I didn't know how to use a band at one point. And I feel like these bands have helped me so much. I even broke one as much as I use it. You know, even when I'm working, whenever I'm on a call or whatever, I'm over here exercising sometimes, not all the time. But there's times where I am because it relaxes me. It does something to me, you know, to my emotions. It helps me, it lifts me up. And me knowing that I'm actually getting something else done other than just talking to people or whatever I'm doing, you know, even if I'm just binge watching or if I'm just watching a show with my husband and my son, you know, I'm planking, I'm doing a plank, you know, I'll do another video where I do core strength exercises, but I do those even when I'm watching TV because there was a point in time where I was just, I didn't want to do anything, or I didn't know when to fit in my, you know, exercises. And so I just went ahead and I said, screw it. You know what? I'm watching TV. I'm on the floor. I can do a plank. I can do 5 push-ups. I started with 5 push-ups. I'm really bad at doing push-ups. But push-ups are really good for your core strength exercises, you know. But my weakest part of my body, I feel, has always been my arms. I don't have too much arm strength at all. So when I had the worst exacerbation of my life, I was just telling my friend I wasn't able to feed my son, and I have a video on that as well if you want to check it out. But either way, I wasn't able to feed my son at all, so that was the lowest point of my life. So I told myself I'm gonna get my arm strength a little better than it was, you know, at that point. So to me, it's really important to have my arm strength up. I still can't do a pull-up, guys, but I'm working my way up to doing a pull-up. Everything takes time. So for me, just want to let y'all know that even if you feel like, there's nothing I can do, there is always something that can be pushed into the middle of a TV show or whatever it is that you're doing, whatever it is that you're watching. So just want to let you know, you can also push a different type of exercise. Oh, sorry. Okay, so distracted there. You can always push down. Again, there's sometimes I couldn't even think of things that I could do with these rubber bands, but I also want to show you very quickly. There is, well, I know it's not for the legs that we're talking about, but just in case you want to do something for your legs while you're watching TV or whatever, I'm going to scoot back a little to see if you can see me. But you simply squat and you open. And you open and you squat. Okay, that's another good exercise with these bands for your legs. Um, this will work your quads out, your glutes will be worked out. Just make sure you're not, your knees are before your toes, not over your toes. But for the most part, you could sit, could do like a wall sit, and you just hold it there. Sometimes I do that. I do this when I'm working at my job. You know, customer service is what I do. Thankfully, I could do it from home. But either way, you're in your cubicle, whatever you're doing, you're watching TV. You know, instead of using a chair, you can do this. You know, don't overdo yourself the first time that you are working out with any workout. Pace yourself, because the best thing to do is to increase your repetitions, increase your stamina, increase what you're doing. You know, like if you're jogging, you know, jog a little faster. You know, increase that, because that will give you the strength. You know, it will move up. It will move your strength up, and it will help you. A lot of people already know this. Like, tell me something I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of people try to start really hard, like do hardcore stuff, like a pull-up. You know what I'm saying? If you've never done a pull-up, more than likely, unless you're a kid that has all this strength, or a guy that already works like construction or works like with the upper muscles, like you know what I'm saying, you're probably gonna have a hard time. But if you can, more power to you. You can do it. Hey, start somewhere. Start with one, start with two, whatever you can do. If you can't, you work your way up by doing these arm exercises, push-ups. Like I said, push-ups before. Anything that can strengthen your arms, you can do. You know, you can do, this. You're still pushing. You're pushing, so you're pushing out, and the band is resisting you. So any resistance exercises that you can do on your own at any time. It doesn't even have to be with a band. So there's also so many things that you can do without having any supplies, any equipment, anything. You can do with a wall. You can do like wall push-ups. So I'll try to do one for y'all now and see if y'all can see me. But I don't know if y'all see me. But either way, I don't want to do it on my door because I don't want somebody to open it. But all you do is you get on the wall and you do 5 push-ups, 5 reps, at a time. If you can do 5 reps 3 different times, then you're good, especially if you've never done that type of exercise, but just know that no matter how little you do, you may be feeling it the next day, and sometimes you'll forget, like, oh, why is my arm aching? You know what I'm saying? So that happens to me sometimes. But just want to let y'all know, whatever it is you do, walking, jogging, stretching, like I said, stretches are great, after a post-workout. This workout wasn't long at all, it's just to get me going. I'm about to go jogging right now. So, but just want to let you know, I just wanted to share this with y'all because I'm always talking about how I exercise, but I'm like, I'm going to show y'all how I exercise, and this is not how I exercise now, because this is how I exercise at the beginning, you know what I'm saying, little by little. And every now and then I do get that in. I do get these exercises in whenever I'm binge watching or watching a show or whatever. I'm doing stuff, like I'm trying, because for me, my health depends on it. Like, my quality of life depends on what I do, what I don't do. In my spare time, which spare time can be when I'm working. I can find some spare time. I shouldn't be doing that. But you know what I'm saying? It's like all I'm doing is waiting for a call. I'm waiting for a call to come in. So when I'm waiting for a call to come in, what am I doing? Nothing. Like I'd rather be doing some band exercises, some band stretches, instead of nothing. So but anyways, I wish you good luck in anything. Let me know down in the comments if you need any help with anything. Again, I am a certified group fitness instructor. I don't practice it every day, so I'm not an expert. Like, I don't consider myself an expert, none of that. Just a regular human being who wants to exercise. And like I said, I'm not perfect, but just get going. Thank you guys again for the support. Have a wonderful day, and hope you guys are doing well.